Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time zone you're in. Got it down to a science, and I know it's been actually quite a while. So I can explain briefly what's been going on. I took a mini break again, and I decided to, just take a mini break, and you know how it is. So I'm back in the game, and I'll tell you what's going to be the schedule, and we'll go over it. But also, shout out to the new subscriber. Welcome to the playlist, welcome to the channel, just welcome in general. And I'll catch you up to speed of what's been in store for the new and returning viewer or subscriber. And let's just jump right to it. So, okay, so this is not going to be a walkthrough. This is not going to be a playthrough. And also, I want to make sure I'm recording. So yeah, like I said, it's not going to be a walkthrough. It's not going to be a playthrough. It's not going to be like anything groundbreaking, but I kind of wanted to talk about it. I might as well. And to do this, I figure I'd pick a neutral game where I can actually put my analysis, in a sense. And you're kind of probably wondering what I'm talking about, so I'll get straight to the point. We're going to talk about the Game Awards 2023. I, during my personal break, didn't have a chance to actually watch it fully until recently. So, of course, I'm going to be talking about the Game Award 2023. But before that, let's address the elephant in the room. And you guys probably heard recently, and I'm actually checking this article because it was pretty recently, thanks to GameSpot and also IGN and other sources that let me know what's going on. Drum roll, please. Imaginary drum roll commenced. Good. E3 is dead. And what I mean is E3 is dead, and I'm sure everyone's been talking about it too, so I wanted to go ahead and throw my 2 cents into it too. It's not freaking surprising. So, E3 was trying to do 2024. They were trying to bring it back. They really did. They really tried. But, nope, it's officially dead. And you know what led to it? And I'm Googling this, so I'm absolutely Googling this. This is based on the WashingtonPost.com. You can actually read the article itself. I'll even tell you the name of the article. It's E3 once game is big. Okay, let me. Tongue tie. Well, I've been out of the game, so bear with me. Okay, so the article is E3 once gaming's biggest expo is officially dead. This is by Gene Park, published in December 12th, 2023, at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And in his words, I'm not basically trying to like take his work. No, I'm googling this, and you can read the article yourself. But the gist of it is, it was a mix of new competitors. That was one reason. Partner withdrawals, changing audience habits, and did we forget about a thing called COVID that happened in literally, what was it, 2020? Yeah, that's pretty accurate. 2020. Remember when COVID came around? Yeah, a lot of movies got delayed and a lot of things changed. Streaming became a big deal. Lots of social distancing. Do I need to remind you what happened in COVID? Nope. Well, pretty much the movies and pretty much social distance and what we're doing in this current climate, society climate, that kind of sums it up. Well, COVID really did a big damage and lasting and permanent damage, and it was the final nail in the coffin for E3. I I didn't actually go to any of the E3 events. A, because I had never had time, and B, they were too far away from me, so I never had the chance. So, of course, like any person who just wasn't near the E3, I had to basically watch it on online streaming, which is not, that's pretty fun. I got so many cool trailers, so many memories from E3. Like, let's see. Well, it's not important. Anyway, pretty much COVID was the final nail in the coffin for E3. E3 was pretty much officially dead because COVID came around. And you know why? Because they wised up. People wised up because they realized you could watch these events on online streaming. So guess what? Ticket admissions to kind of do this in live, just like live stage or live attendees just going to these events, that would have been absolutely awesome. Like when you first got that thrill of just seeing a video game trailer in the expo. It must have been thrilling back then, but because COVID came around, nobody wanted to take the risk of getting COVID. And as a result, nobody there was just less attendees or nobody coming because of COVID. I know I said COVID like several times, but and I know YouTube is gonna probably get mad, but it's not me saying this. This is actually on the article that was literally published by Gene, who was saying that because of a pandemic era disruptions, I'm trying to say, yeah, E3 had no chance. They just could not get the player base, or they just could not get the amount of people to fill a stadium or expo because of literally COVID. Because the pandemic was so dangerous, they were not going to get people there because there was a certain quality or certain limit of how many people could be going to the expo. And nobody was going to do that. And because everybody got wise in the act that they can watch this on online streaming, like everything else, like movies, yeah, ticket sales for movies and expo, it was done. E3 was done. They just they couldn't reinvigorate that excitement you had when you were basically a teenager or early teenagers, young adult. They just couldn't do it. And they just didn't have the budget to do it. And they just couldn't incite people to do this. So I didn't mean to take time to basically talk about E3, but it was a big deal. It might not be considered a big deal to anybody who's been only watching online streaming like myself, but yeah, it was kind of a big deal. I kind of actually wanted to go, but now it's dead. It's officially gone, so no more E3. So, man, it feels like an end of an era, like when Stan Lee passed away. R.I.P. Stan Lee. But yeah, it's just E3 has been around for a while, and I'm actually going to look up how long E3 has been a while. But it was when I was pretty much a teenager. Yeah, it's been around for a long, long, long time. So it's just kind of, yep, it came out in 1995. Like, that's when it was first established. It was a good idea at the time because people didn't have to worry about pandemic era disruptions. That's a fact. But yeah, it was from 1995 to 2019. They had to stop because of a certain pandemic called COVID, coronavirus. So that's because of that. Their most recent event was 2021, but it was online streaming. Yeah, there was just no way. And then they decided to pull the plug. They were trying to do E3 2024, but it was canceled in September 2023. I was very much aware of that. And they were going to try it in 2025. But pretty much the executive and CEO were just saying, you know what? It's not that worth it. So we're shutting it down. I mean, we have literally the Game Awards, which do online streaming to a degree and just everything else. But yeah, I will miss E3 for what it was and the testament it was. We have the Game Awards, so it's no like it's not like a significant loss, but it was kind of a big deal, especially if you were a teenager or a young adult or just person who is older now. Yeah, E3 was awesome, and it will be sorely missed. It will be missed by me because it was kind of like a big part of my wasn't my childhood, but my teenage years. So it'll be missed because I remember the stupid things that happened at E3, but I remember the good things that happened in E3. Like I think Reggie was in E3 one time, and you know who Reggie is in Nintendo if you've seen those. But yeah, there was just so many great stuff. But you could see the decline in E3 of how it was declining in terms of basically their quality over quantity. I know that's pretty much a phrase that has not been, it's been done like to death, but that kind of sums it up. Okay, so this is not what this was about, but I had to address E3 because it was recent, and I try to give you guys pretty much up to the gaming news, or try to get my 2 cents. Anyone who's watching this as a new or returning viewer or subscriber, you know that I like to throw my 2 cents. It's something that's really interesting in gaming news. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. E3, that was definitely going to be my beginning topic. What else we're going to talk about? What's coming to PlayStation Plus, obviously, in December 19th. Don't quote me on that, but it always comes Tuesday. And so I think it is coming out. We're going to talk about the games that are coming in PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium on December 19th. That's going to be our next topic. The third topic we're going to talk about are the PlayStation Plus games that are leaving PlayStation Extra and Premium. And January, I think 16 of 2024. I think that's what I read too, but don't quote me that. Don't quote me on that. I'm gonna look. So that'll be our next topic. And of course, the Game Awards came out in December 7th. Don't quote me on that because I'm trying to remember every details on that. That's another game of news I had to talk about. And just like every year, I'm gonna talk about all the trailers that really were just like that really was freaking cool, and I'm immediately excited about what I saw, or it was so weird that I loved it, or it was something that oh my gosh I can't believe they're doing it, and I'm waiting for much. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it, and I'm excited. And I have to admit, I have a long list of basically Game Awards trailers, but there are some other trailers that actually stood out to me that wasn't even part of Game Awards. I just wanted to talk about them too, and they deserve a special mention. That will be the last topic of this video, because on the next video, for the pretty much the new subscriber or new or returning viewer or subscriber, next video is going to be, yeah, I'm going to just basically let you know what's going on. I'm going to talk about the games I personally enjoy in 2023. So this is kind of my version of Game Awards. I wanted to try something different this year, but this is my version of the Game Awards, or games I personally enjoy. And what qualified for those games in 2023, the games had to come out on PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium in 2023. So if it came out in 2022, it doesn't count. So I'm sorry, it doesn't count. But probably before I start that, I'm going to probably do a game that I haven't played, but I want to be sure if it came out in 2023. If it does, I'm including it in the list. If it didn't, then I'm just going to play it anyway. Alright, so here we go. Let's just talk about the games that are coming to PlayStation Plus, Extra, and Premium. And yes, it's pretty much December 19th. So, let's talk about it because Grand Theft Auto 6 was leaked and then it officially came out. Rockstar, you mad geniuses. That was smart. That was smart. Grand Theft Auto 5. I have it, so this is nothing new. I had Grand Theft Auto 5 since Xbox 360 days, and I have it on the PS4 and PS5. Well, at least they're doing Grand Theft Auto 6. It makes sense why they're doing it, but, moving on. I mean, I can take all the time I want on Grand Theft Auto 5, but moving on. Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin. Well, this was leaked before, so we knew it was coming because if you have PS Stars, then you knew the game was coming because it's listed on there. So, kind of interesting that they have it. I probably won't get to it anytime soon because in my Final Fantasy marathon, I'm in Final Fantasy 8, and I'm trying to do the older games. Then I'll eventually get to this game. It's gonna be a while, I will admit. But we will play it, but it won't be for a while. Okay, MotoGP 23. Moving on, I'm sorry, bike games have to be Riders Republic standard. Otherwise, no, you're not gonna waste my time. I've already seen it. I'm already looking at it, and I'm already checked out. Moving on. Metal Hellsinger. It's been on my radar, and now I get the chance to play it. Yeah, I'm in it. It's basically a heavy metal rhythm action shooter. And I'm reading this on PlayStation Blog. A heavy metal rhythm action shooter. You got me sold. I'm sorry, you got me sold. Hell yeah. Yes, that sounds awesome. That is really awesome. Okay, you got me sold. Okay, Salt and Sacrifice, the sequel to Salt and Sanctuary. You got me. If it's Souls-like, you got me. You got my attention, and I'm playing it. I have Salt and Sanctuary, so of course, once I finish that, I'm going to this. Thank you, December. Moving on. Moonscars. I heard of it. I just don't know too much about it. Otherwise, I guess it's a Metroidvania game in a non-linear 2D world. Well, you got me interested. I'm curious. Yeah. I know my friends are excited about it, and we were talking about it briefly. Mega Man 11. Yeah, I'm gonna play it. Low key, I actually respect the Mega Man series, but I will admit I have not played a lot of Mega Man games. I have played Mega Man X Command Mission. I played the original, like the very first Mega Man to report, like Mega Man 1. Yeah, absolutely. But I haven't played Mega Man 11 or the newer Mega Mans. I low key respect the series. I love what they have done. They are basically revolutionary. They are kind of like after you play Metroid, they're kind of like the modern Metroid. And you know what? I'm all for it. I'll probably do a playlist slash walkthrough for Mega Man. Yeah, I think it's time. I think my friend's already done it, but I'm gonna do my take on it. So I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited on that one. Giga Bash. Okay, Giga Bash. So Power Stone, War of Monsters, Raging Titan, or Rampaging Titan, or Titan Honey Mecha. Yeah, you can't get me sold on that. I'm trying. I'm trying to keep my interest in Giga Blast. How many minutes it been? Because I want to dedicate the time to the trailers too. And come on, guys, this is basically about analysis of the Game Awards E3, talking about the PlayStation Plus. So yeah, this is going to take up to 50 minutes. I already had this planned to a detail, and I already had this planned for a good while. So I knew what I was doing when I did this video. So sorry, this might not be a walkthrough slash playthrough, but I'm talking about it. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on Giga Blast. Sorry, Giga Bash, whatever. Okay, Grime. Tinge of Terror, but it's really Grime. Let's read this. It's a fast and unforgiving action-adventure RPG. Crush your foes with living weapons that mutate, form, and function, and then consume their remains to strengthen your vessel as you break apart a world of anatomical horror and intrigue. You know what? You got me interested. I'm kind of curious about this because I played a game. I forgot what it was called. Source of Madness. That one was intriguing. Not the best game, but it was intriguing. So this one might actually, because it's talking about horror and intrigue, you got me. So Tiny Kid, skipping. Proteus. Maybe it's Proteus. I'll look it up. Okay, so it's a first-person boomer shooter of old reimagined using modern rendering techniques and technology, but designed with retro aesthetics and gameplay that invoke the tech-imposed limits of older hardware. I don't know if it'll be good, but you got me curious, so I'll check it out. I'll check it out. I might not like it, but I'll check it out. Now, I actually read a little bit about this, and it's kind of in a sense a trilogy. There is Shadowrun Returns, Shadowrun Dragonfall, Shadowrun Hong Kong. From what I saw on some of the reviews, it's been pretty decent. But you got my interest. I actually, and it's okay. Let me see. Let me back up. So, Shadowrun Returns, which is the first of the trilogy, is a unique cyberpunk meets fantasy world of Shadowrun Returns in this modernization of the classic single-player turn-based tactical RPG. You have me at cyberpunk and fantasy and RPG. Yep, I'm checking it out. And the other ones are just basically sequels, maybe part of the trilogy. Yeah, you got me set up. I'm all for it. And in terms of PlayStation Premium, like I told my friend, it's Mega Man Day. It's Mega Man Day because A, they have Mega Man Legacy Collection, which that means you get probably the first original 6 Mega Man games. It's Mega Man Day. And then they have Mega Man Legacy Collection 2, which is 7, 8, 9, 10. They don't have Mega Man X, oddly, but hey, you know what? It's already been out. And then, of course, I'll read the other ones. Thrillville, which I haven't heard of. Thrillville Off the Rails. That's never good, and that doesn't seem good for liability and health expectancy. Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. Remember it? Just haven't played it for a long time, like my friend was saying too. That's it. That's what's coming to PlayStation Plus, Extra, and Premium. Much better, I say, than November's 2023. Curious of what will be in January 2024 Essential, and in terms of the Extra and Premium. Hopefully, Sony gives us more AAA titles and first-party titles. That's all I'm saying. Now, because these are the games I'm going to be focusing on. Here are the games leaving, sadly, PS Plus Extra and Pre in January 2024. It's 11 games, and they're leaving. Okay, it says that we have until January 23rd, but I thought I read something about January 16th, but don't quote me on that. It Takes Two. I never played the game, and now I have an excuse to play the game. So, darn it, but hey, now you're giving me the excuse to play it. Like The Quarry in Medium. Gosh, I missed the Medium. Devil May Cry 5. And this is the PS4 and the Special Edition, which freaking sucks because I love Devil May Cry. Yep. Now I actually own Devil May Cry 4. Devil May Cry 5 on the PS4 version, so that's no loss, and I still have it. I just don't have the Special Edition. So you got me motivated to play the Special Edition, and I can beat it in one setting. So that's good. You're rushing me, but it sucks that it's leaving. But I have the copy, but you're rushing me, so I kind of have to do it. SnowRunner. Skipping. I mean, does it sound interesting? Not really. Now I gotta take a swig because I've been talking for a while. Yeah, I have been rusty in the YouTube game. Well, it's clearly been a while. Jet the Far Shore plus Given Time. I saw the reviews. Not good. Oh no. Oh no? Oh no. Oh no. Moving on. I don't know what that one is. Maybe it was a big deal, but you guys all have to tell me. Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire Ultimate Edition. That one actually caught my interest because I played the first Pillars of Eternity, and I enjoyed the crap out of that game. But guess what? That one was removed from PS Now when it was around, and I enjoyed the crap of it. Wish I got to spend the time with it, but nope. PS Now took it away. And Pillars of Eternity 2 is again taken away. What is with PlayStation Plus and PS Now when it was a thing? What is it with them taking Pillars of Eternity? I like the Pillars of Eternity series. That's kind of one of my RPGs that I freaking enjoy, and then they're taking it away. So, I'm sad. But I'm glad I didn't spend any time to do a walkthrough playlist because I would be actually pretty pissed that I didn't actually get to progress far. But, alright, how many time that we got? How many minutes we got? Well, 22 minutes. We should be able to finish this before 59 minutes or an hour. The Missing, JJ, Backfill, and the Island of Memories. That one I actually enjoy. So you got me more motivated to actually finish the game. And then depending on how much I like the game, I'll probably replay it if I'm missing the collectibles because it's actually a fun. Is it a fun game? Gameplay wise, it's not the most fun game, but it's the most unique game I have played. And I enjoying the story, so I want to see where it goes. So you're motivating me. And Mitsuruki Kainu Hinaki, I know I mispronounced that, but yeah. Okay. So, out of that list, It Takes Two, Devil May Cry 5, and The Missing. That's the ones I really want to focus. So that's kind of part of my schedule. So for today's schedule, it's going to be simple. I want to go ahead and focus on pretty much a surprise new games that I haven't done. And so I'm going to focus on that. That's going to be the schedule. For the new or returning viewer or subscribers, I'm going to focus on games that I wanted to tackle that I didn't get a chance to do in my kind of alphabetical marathon, but now I have the opportunity to do it. So obviously I'm going to do it tonight. So there's that. And you'll see what surprise games. So I'll tell you what the schedule is on probably that next video. It's tentative at this moment. So there's that. And then I might, after I'm done with addressing the games I wanted to focus on, once I'm done with those, then I'm going to pretty much finish those last two games for the P section, and then we'll move on. That's simple. Yeah, it's going to be a simple day. Okay, so that's pretty much the games that are leaving PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium. So, basically, download the games you really want. It Takes Two, Devil May Cry 5. Those are the games I know you guys care about. So those are the ones you're going to download. Or if you already have finished it, then you have time to replay those. Because, yeah, those games are solid. Sucks that they're taken away. Darn you, PlayStation, please, don't take any more first party first party titles that we actually like. I actually enjoyed those. Alright. Gotta keep track of the time because we don't want to be here all night, even though you guys like my silky voice. Have to take a swig of water because, man, I am rusty at this point. Okay, so here are the games I enjoyed the crap out of at the Game Awards 2023. Let's get started. Alright, first one. Brothers, A Tale of Two Brothers remake. And you know what? I have to actually take a look to make sure I did pronounce that the right title. Nope, it was Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. But that's the same freaking thing. It really is the same freaking thing. Okay, so it's been a very, very, very long time since any activity for A Brother, A Tale of Two Sons. I have played and beaten it, and I enjoyed the crap out of it. I played it on the Xbox 360, and I have it on the PS4. Luckily, they haven't removed it from PlayStation Plus and Extra, so I have time to, well, pretty much reacclimate to play the game. I hope I pronounced that right, but I have time to practice and remember why I liked the game in the first place. I know what I like about the game, and guess what? They're doing a remake. I've seen the trailer. I know why I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. Yeah, I know why I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I like the new art style. It's basically what I loved about the Brother, A Tale of Two Sons. It just has updated visuals. It's going to play exactly the same. There's no mystery. I know what happens at the beginning. I know what happens at the end because I absolutely beat it. I got 100% on the Xbox 360, even though there wasn't like a platinum trophy because it was on the Xbox. So I guess I got 100%. And I am absolutely glad. It's definitely a short game. It's not the longest game, but it's appropriate. It's appropriate and it has a lasting impact. So just the fact that I get to play it in updated visuals and on the PS5, it's going to be less loading times, absolutely no loading times, and updated visuals. You got me so. Plus, I enjoyed the crap out of the game, so I'm excited to come back to it. Moving on. Okay, the second trailer that actually caught my eye, and it might not be everyone's cup of tea, the usual June. I give it a 9 out of 10. It might not have been everyone's radar, but it caught my interest. A, I love the art style, and B, it's Devil May Cry, but with a very unique art style. I don't know what was it about that game. We don't know too much about the story. It's pretty straightforward, but I absolutely enjoyed the crap out of that art style. I want to see where it goes, and maybe it will hold my attention. It was unique. I enjoyed it. It was unique. Well, I wouldn't say it was the most unique, but I love its art style, love its Devil May Cry influences. That sums it up. That's what I enjoyed about it. It caught my interest, and that is all you guys need to know. Harmonium. That's the next trailer. It's a 9 out of 10. I like the representation that we're focusing on a deaf character. That was one of the unique aspects of it. The fact that it's pretty much a musical about a deaf girl who's getting empowerment through a musical. The art style is very cartoony, but very aesthetically fun. It just seems like a very light-hearted deaf girl as the main protagonist, which is very unique, and I like that they're empowering her. Yeah, it's a 9 out of 10. It's definitely different. It might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it was definitely different. I want to see what the gameplay is like, and I know it's a musical, so I'm kind of curious. And plus, I freaking love rhythm games, so if you do something different in terms of rhythm games that I low-key respect, yeah, you got my interest. Okay, next one. Persona 3 Reload. We are aware it's coming out in February. Persona 3 Reload. You can't do wrong with Persona 3 Reload. I love its art style is now pretty much Persona 5. It's Persona 5 graphics in Persona 3. I respect and love the Persona series. You can't You can't get me. You can't do wrong when you give me a trailer for Persona 3 Reload. I love its art style. I like what they're doing with the characters, even though they're just doing the same story from Persona 3 Portable and Persona 3 Original. It's new voice actors, but everything I've been seeing for Persona 3, even including the one on Game Awards, it has been 10 out of 10 quality. I like the art. I love the art style. I like the dark, mature story they're doing. I like the characters. The voice acting is pretty top freaking notch. The gameplay that we have seen for Persona 3 Reload, including one for Game Awards, it has not been disappointing. Every content and every trailer that we've been seeing, unless you play Persona 3, then this is no spoilers. You know what happens. You're just getting updated graphics, like Brother A Tale of Two Sons. Sorry, 10 out of 10, might be biased, but it's because I freaking love Persona. It can't do wrong. Moving on. These were the guys who made Persona 3, 4, and 5, but they're doing a new IP, which I'm excited for, and I hope it does well. Metaphor, interesting. Fantizio, I probably mispronounced that, but 10 out of 10. It's a new IP from the Persona team. It's a new IP for the Persona team. I'm excited, intrigued, because I know they're not going to disappoint with the story. I love what we got from it, like the gameplay, like the visual anime styles that you have seen before. Man, those anime graphics. Freaking great. And I just like the tone and kind of mystery that we're getting from this. Hope it does really well. I low-key hope it does well. And I just like that we're getting a new IP from Persona. Enough said, I'm still biased, and you know I'm biased about Persona because it's straight up RPG, but with unique sim stuff that should not work. It really should not work for Persona. It really shouldn't. So, the fact that we're getting a new IP for Persona team, I'm all for it. 10 out of 10. Moving on. Okay. Now, this one I actually had to look up because some of these trailers I actually had to look up because I don't even remember some of these. And that's embarrassing because, well, let's face it, that event was literally 3 hours. My gosh, it was. Okay, yeah, now I remember. This one, Exodus. That was another one, 9 out of 10. I thought this was going to be pretty cheesy, and I thought it was not going to be the best, but hey, we got Matthew McConaughey, which that's kind of surprising. Matthew McConaughey just showed up for the Game Awards. I don't know how much money and budget they had to get him, but here we are. 9 out of 10, because it's made by ex-BioWare developers. That's kind of interesting because BioWare developers are passionate about gaming, but they were controlled by EA, so they don't get a lot of opportunity to actually flex their developing video game development muscles. Anyway, Exodus is going to be actually starring Matthew McConaughey, which is kind of interesting because I thought he was kind of solely a Hollywood actor. He's done voice animation, like, just voice animation made for cartoons. No anime, but voice cartoons. But I never thought I would see him in a video game. So you got me intrigued that you got Matthew McConaughey. It must have cost a lot. That's a fact. But I like the premise. I like the sci-fi concept that we were getting. I like that there was basically pretty much telekinesis in very ex-BioWare fashion. Like the tone, like the presentation, like where they were going with it. I like that Matthew McConaughey is it. I'm not really the biggest Matthew McConaughey fan. I'm not my fan anybody who's basically a Matthew McConaughey fan, but I'm intrigued of what he'll do in this. I mean, it's not the first time he's been in sci-fi. Interstellar much, you think? Anyway, moving on. 9 out of 10. Excited for it. But I want to see the gameplay for it. That's what took 1 point away from it, because I want to see more gameplay for it, which we saw most of it. We saw a snippet of it, but it was mostly CGI trailer. And when CGI trailers drop, it's not pretty much representative of the game. You have to wait to the gameplay, and then that's representative of the game. In other words, don't trust CGI trailers, wait till the game to officially come out, wait for the gameplay trailer. Enough said. You won't be disappointed. And set your expectations not exactly high. Set them neutral or low. There you go. And that was pretty much my gaming tips for Gaming Awards 101. Okay, so, oh yeah, this one. Absolutely. God of War Ragnarok DLC. 10 out of 10. Santa Monica had the balls to put this as a free update, and that was a good move. I respect Santa Monica for doing that. It would have been easy. It would have been absolutely easy to put this as paid DLC, and they had every right to do it. They are literally making freaking money. They are making money, and I respect them. I absolutely respect them. They could do no wrong in this trailer. They know they couldn't. It was one of my top trailers. It was one of my top trailers. So, it's a 10 out of 10. We get to return to fan favorite Mimir and pretty much Papa Kratos. I love that. And obviously, please don't spoil God of War Ragnarok. I haven't even. I started it, but I haven't finished it, sadly. But the fact we're doing a roguelike in God of War, and the fact, and it came out December 12th. So, of course, if we're talking about God of War DLC, you probably already finished it. If you have God of War Ragnarok, then you already got the free DLC. Please don't tell us. Please don't spoil it. But it's no spoilers that they are basically talking about the original God of War trilogy. That means Greek mythology, baby. Sorry, my voice was raising because it was so awesome. I love that whole the enemy that we fought in God of War 3, and I guess God of War 1 and 2 if you played that. I love that he shows up, the Cyclops. It's freaking awesome. I love the cinematography. I love the roguelike mode that they're doing in this DLC. I love the whole tone of this. I'm excited. And when I get the opportunity to play God of War Ragnarok, you best believe I'm going to play that. So, 10 out of 10. I know I'm biased on God of War, but man, they've been killing it. I await a sequel when they get to it. No rush. They have earned their long hiatus to do another sequel after Ragnarok. They have earned it. But I do want more of it. Moving on. Okay, so the Big Walk. These are from the developers of Untitled Goose Game. It's not the most visually striking. It's visually intriguing, but it's not like the best visuals like God of War, Ragnarok, of course, DLC. But what caught my interest was the quirky nature. It's made by the developers of Untitled Goose Game, which I freaking love Untitled Goose Game. So absolutely, I'm excited whatever they make. They have not disappointed me, and I'm absolutely want to get back to Untitled Goose Game. Obviously, I like the new IP that they're doing. I like the tone, the quirky aesthetic that they're doing. I like the whole kind of like open world that they are. It's so weird, but I actually really like it. It gets an 8 out of 10 because I want to see where they go with it. But from what we saw, I'm intrigued. I have my expectations neutral because I want to see where they go, but it got my intrigue. I hope it does low key well, but I don't expect it to be like the best. But anyway, that was the Big Walk. Alright, now I actually have to make sure I get the name right on this one because this is a game I've been absolutely waiting for, and I'm glad that it got a release date. I am absolutely glad that it got a release date. It took a while. Wait, did it get a release date? I have no idea. I have no freaking idea. I really don't know. Well, anyway, Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, 10 out of 10. One, the Melina, I think her name is Melina Jorgens. Don't quote me on that, I might have butchered it. But the actress of Senua, it was smart to have her in the Game Awards kind of present and just have that pretty much very enchanting, beautiful kind of like music for the game. We got our first taste of the OST for basically a game, and it was pretty freaking phenomenal. I loved it, like the Herald of Darkness. But we'll get to that. Anyway, 10 out of 10 for that trailer. I love the lead in to the trailer. I love the gameplay sequence that we got. It is basically Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice combat, but it's more brutal. It's more like dark, and it's really dark and gritty. I love it. I freaking love it. It was one of the, like God of War Ragnarok DLC, it was one of my top trailers. And I'll tell you what was my top 5. This one of them. I like that the comeback is basically reminiscent of Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. Absolutely, I enjoyed the crap out of Senua's first foray. Absolutely. it's more of it. It's like, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And they took that literally because it is literally the same gameplay, but it's so dark, gritty. It's just so realistic. I like that. And I like that it's more cinematic. It rivals God of War Ragnarok, and that is saying something. I love the graphics. I love what the tone that they're going for Senua. I'm excited about this new chapter of what we're doing. Senua is one of the she was one of the interesting and unique protagonists of 2017 when her game came out. So there's that. So cinematics, Senua as literally is going in a new story direction that even I don't know what they're going to do with it, and I'm absolutely excited. Excellent gameplay that's been just enhanced, and the soundtrack is pretty phenomenal, and I am excited of what they're doing with Hellblade. Sucks that I don't have an Xbox Series S and X and Game Pass because man, you better believe I would be on that from day one. Absolutely, heck yeah! All right, 10 out of 10. Uh, Kamari, Kimari, Kimari. I probably butchered it. They did announce it in Game Awards. 9 out of 10. We didn't see any gameplay, that's why I'm not going to give it a 10 out of 10, but I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I like its unique art style. The art style was definitely busy work, but it was one of those unique anime busy work. Very smooth, very smooth, buttery animation that was pretty freaking cool. I have to admit, it could the game could suck, but for what we got, yeah, 9 out of 10. Kind of surprised me. Didn't know I was gonna like it that much, but yeah, 9 out of 10. All right, this one I actually also had to Google because even I was kind of surprised the developers for them. Yeah, I was kind of surprised that these guys did the trailer. So let me just take a look at this. Yeah, I gotta make sure I get the developers right. And I know I've been probably getting close to 50 minutes, but that's why I'm trying to rush on that. All right. And I want to make sure I get the developers too. Maybe I could actually pull up the game. If not, we are just going to pretty much wing it like I usually do. Alright, well, anyway, No Rest for the Wicked. That one was actually interesting. So I know this is basically by Private Division, and yeah, okay. It was basically an action RPG. What I actually enjoyed was the gameplay was simplistic, but very intriguing. I like the art style. It reminded me of like League of Legends ish, I guess. But yeah, I like that. Basically, I love the combat. It reminded me like I don't know what it reminded me. Diablo-ish? No, I wouldn't say Diablo. But yeah, I like the kind of whole the art style. I like the tone that they're going for. I just liked it in general. But yeah, just and I liked that it also had the gall to show not the gall. I liked that it had the balls to basically show the gameplay. And I liked its simplistic gameplay. I liked that you could actually climb around. I actually enjoyed the art style. It kind of reminded me of like a moving comic book. It was kind of weird. I really like it. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. I think it's pretty appropriate. Okay, now, of course, I gotta talk about it. And I think this is also one of my top trailers too. So, all right. So I gotta talk about them, and I'm gonna make sure I basically, yeah, I'm trying to make a list of it too. No, I'm trying to also make. Yeah, there we go. All right, I had to find this one too because it was hard to find. So Sega is releasing new games. And Sega has had a kind of like turbulent, or it's been like a half-half. Their Sonic games could go either way. It could either be good when they go retro games, or they can suck when they try to do 3D games. Until now, I'm not saying that the Sonic games 3D have always sucked. No, they've been absolutely great when they first started out. Now they're kind of like half and half. It could go either way. But that's besides the point. The new, I will call it, until we have a title for it, I'm calling it the Sega Project. Why? Because it sounds freaking cool. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. You know why? Because I actually played, well, I guess, technically 3 of the games. But they announced 5 games. Shinobi. And you know what, I'll tell you why. So they announced Shinobi. That's one thing. The other thing, they announced Crazy Taxi. I heard of it, but never played it. Golden Axe, which I have played. Oh yes, I played the first one, second one, and third one. I'm excited about that. And Jet Set Radio. Also excited about that. And Streets of Rage. I have played the crap out of Streets of Rage. All 3 of them, including the 4th one. The fact that Sega is going back to their older titles, and I did see their new visuals I saw their new visuals for the older games. I'm excited. Absolutely excited. I love that. I actually love that. I like that they're going back to their roots. And that guy who's saying, Sega! Yeah, that's how we all felt. It was a good move. It's one of my top trailers from Game Awards 2023. I like that Sega's going back to their roots. They need to. They need to do other IPs besides Sonic. And I know Sonic is their flagship and it makes, well, kind of not, it's kind of half and half on their money, but I like that they're going back to their roots. I like the tone of it. I like the kind of transition. I was not expecting them to go that route when I saw those 2 gamers just playing games. It was an unexpected surprise, and I freaking love it. Absolutely. So yeah, the Sega Project. 10 out of 10. Absolutely. Moving on. Okay, so this one is going to be something that's going to be I'm going to be in the minority about this one, and I know no one might not care about it. These are the guys from Dead by Daylight. Is it Dead by Daylight? Yeah, okay. And I think they're in collaboration with some other company that they did mention. The casting of Frank Stone. I actually enjoyed the trailer. I actually enjoyed the set. I like the whole setup, the foreboding, the actual kind of like really somber that I don't know if they're trying to portray Frank Stone as a tragic monster, but it was actually very appropriate somber tone that I was not expecting. And just the fact that basically oh no, Supermassive Games. So that's kind of a unique collaboration. Supermassive Games and Dead by Daylight. So yeah, the casting of Frank Stone, it's an 8 out of 10. Why? Because we didn't see any gameplay. We only saw a CGI trailer. So I have my expectation neutral on this one. But I actually enjoyed the song, and I actually downloaded the song from the casting of Frank Stone. Is it a new horror monster that was entirely created for specifically this game? The game could suck. But I enjoyed the trailer that we got for it. I even like the trailer song, the tone. I like the atmosphere that they're going for it. I secretly like it, but I'm not full because we haven't seen any gameplay. So that's why 8 out of 10. If we don't see any gameplay, I'm taking it with a grain of salt. Moving on. This one actually kind of surprised me, and I was not expecting it to like it this much, but it won me over. It was weird. Now, how much time we got? 48 minutes. Alright, we gotta rush it. Visions of Mana. 10 out of 10. Why am I giving 10 out of 10 for Vision of Mana? A, we haven't seen a Mana game for a very long while, and B, I secretly respect the Mana series. I'll tell you why this one won me over. Its gorgeous artistic graphics were freaking gorgeous. That's one thing. So there's that. I like that the Mana series are doing a new game. That's another thing. The combat is simplistic but really fun. It looks like a fun and addictive gameplay. Music's gorgeous. Enough said. Yeah, 10 out of 10. I just like that the Mana series are doing a new game. I am very much aware about the Trials of Mana, Secrets of Mana, and all that. I've been keeping up with the series. Never played any, but I respect the series. Is that weird? 10 out of 10. Moving on. Okay, another highlight trailer that I enjoyed the crap out. And also, I low-key respect Samurai. Rise of Ronin, 10 out of 10. We actually saw gameplay. That's what I enjoyed. The gameplay that we got from this is by Team Ninja. So I know they're known for their Neo series. I Oh crap. Yes, yes, yes. That is how you do a game. That's how you do a trailer. Gameplay trailer was great. The visuals were not the greatest, I will admit too. I think we saw better graphics on specific trailers. 10 out of 10. Love the gameplay. The gameplay won it over for me. It was basically Neo, but it was more human enemies. Yeah, and it had a little bit of Sekiro with the movement, where he was basically kind of doing some aerial and then flying with the, I don't know what they call it in Japanese culture, but yeah, I enjoyed the crap out of the trailer. The cinematography was great. The combat was excellent. I like the tone that they were going for this one. I'm excited about this. Yeah, I really hope the Rise of Ronin, and plus it comes out next year, so we have confirmation. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the crap out of it. And plus I'm a fan of Samurai, so that's probably why I also got it 10 out of 10. Moving on. It gets a 9 out of 10, but the Outlast Trials. I low key respect the series. Even if they're not everyone's cup of tea, yeah, I actually enjoy. I like that they use live reactions of actual YouTube streamers pretty much playing Outlast Trial. It made it hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious. So that's one. There were actually some good jump scares. I wouldn't say they're effective, but they were actually good because it helped with the YouTube streamers. I like that it's basically the same vein of Outlast that we known for, but I like that it's a multiplayer aspect. I found that intriguing, but it depends on their execution with the basically co-op multiplayer if they're going to do this online or local. I think it's a good idea because Outlast has been pretty much with how Outlast has been single player and how much streaming it's been done by pretty much horror streamers or just YouTube streamers just pretty much giving the reaction. Absolutely. Let's see what else. Okay, so yeah, I think it's a 9 out of 10. It was just because of the YouTube streamers, their reaction I thought was hilarious. The kind of like intriguing premise of what they'll do with the kind of online multiplayer. I would like to see it behind the scenes or just see kind of like a gameplay video when we get to that point. So yeah, 9 out of 10. Alright, another one that was pretty much, it's by Hideo Kojima, so I'm a fan of Hideo Kojima. I'm not ashamed of it, and I know I am because I played. Technically, I only played like one Metal Gear Solid game, and oh well, no, technically two. But you gotta give the guy credit, and it was great to see Hideo Kojima in the Game Awards after he was literally banned from the Game Awards because of Konami. Thank you, Konami, for taking this national treasure away from the Game Awards. But he is back. It was exciting. OD. And yes, they were talking about Overdose. Why they would go with that, it was... Okay, I can't even describe the trailer. I can't even describe it. I can't even tell you what the hell I actually watched in OD. I just loved it. 10 out of 10. Just the fact that Hideo Kojima confused me throughout the whole trailers, and I didn't know what the hell was going on. You gotta get the guy credit. It's a 10 out of 10. Love the trailer. Love the tone. Love the actors. I even saw Hunter, I think their name, Hunter, yeah, from Euphoria. And I actually enjoy Hunter from that show. Credit where it's credit. I think it's a brilliant move to bring Hunter. I don't know what they're going to do with it. But yeah, the other actor and actresses, they're perfect. They are literally perfect for that trailer. For the short time that we got and the short snippet that we also got from that, absolutely, that was great. That was great cinematography. 10 out of 10. We'll be here all day and I only have like pretty much 7 minutes. If I need to do a part 2 of this, and of course you can leave that like, comment, or subscribe if you're enjoying my Game Awards and what I've been doing in this long freaking video, awesome. Okay, Black Myth Wukong. I thought it was Wulon, but 10 out of 10. Now, pretty much, I think it's Odyssey to the West. Please don't quote me on that. I know I probably got that folklore wrong, but it's a 10 out of 10. Now we actually have a release date. I'm excited about that. That was one. Love the pretty much the tentacle. I like the tentacle basically graphics that we got. It's gorgeous. It's great. It's actually better looking than Rise of Ronin. That's one thing, but I enjoy what we got for pretty much Black Myth Wukong before. We just didn't have confirmation what's going out. Now we know when it's coming out, and I'm excited. I like the tone, I like the story of where they're going with it. Oh wow, it's 55 minutes. I believe it. I like that now it has Souls-like combat, which it was going for that, but it was basically, yeah, I love that. I love the gameplay, love the art direction they're going for, love the story that even though it's straightforward, there's complexity to it. I don't know what to think about the characters yet because we gotta see more, but for what I saw, I just like that it's officially coming out now. 10 out of 10. Enjoyed every moment of that. Enough said. Suicide Squad. The game could suck. Well, Suicide Squad, let's say proper. Kill the Justice League. Enjoy the trailer. I like Boomerang's diss, like, basically, he's the fastest man alive! That's what all the girlfriends, all his girlfriends say. That was a solid burn, and I love that line. But yeah, the gameplay, it got me, it's not the greatest, and the game could end up sucking. But you know what won me over, and why I got 9 out of 10? Kevin freaking Conroy. We got the hero. He always said one line, but it got me sold. I was like, the voice acting was perfect, and then just hearing Kevin Conroy finally, and this is his last performance, it gave me a bittersweet moment. Because I'm a Batman fan, so obviously it's great to hear him one last time. It's sad though. Yeah, that's what won me over. But it was not just that. They used Gorillaz and Clint Eastwood's song, and it fit super well. Too well on that trailer. It got me hyped, even though the game might suck, but it got me hyped. And I liked the tone that they were going for, but it got me hyped. I will not admit, but I am mature and I am very objectified to let you guys know the game could suck. The way that the rumors and what we've been hearing about the game, it could suck. So 9 out of 10. There we go. Okay, moving on. This one actually surprised me. Banishers. Because I wasn't a fan of the game. I was intrigued by the trailer, but it didn't win me over. What we saw about it, I loved its tone, and I love its cinematography. I love what they were going for. Pretty much the music that we got with it, if that's the soundtrack for the game, was gorgeous. 9 out of 10. It actually knows what it wants to be, and it actually intrigued me. It got me swept in. I wasn't really a fan of it, but what we've been seeing about it, it's a 9 out of 10. Banishers won me over. I will admit. I'm not even particularly excited that it's coming out, but it kind of won me over. Alright, now we're getting to 58 minutes, so I kind of have to hurry up. This video will be public, so I might do a part 2, and that one will be shorter, but it will pretty much, I'll probably finish up the shows. Alright, this one, it won me over, and it's getting a 10 out of 10, even if the trailer might not be your cup of tea, and I know I might be in the minority, but it's just because of the guy. And he played Bayek of Siwa from Assassin's Creed Origins, which is kind of interesting that they're letting the voice actor develop his own game, and the fact that he is kind of responsible for voice. I don't know if he's involved in voicing the main character. I don't know if that's him, but just the fact that he was passionate about the project after his dad passed away, it was passionate. It was heartbreaking, it was passionate, and you could feel that there was love and care in the project. I'm talking about, basically, Tales of Kinzera Zao. I hope I pronounced it right. If not, I apologize. But I have respect for this guy coming up to the stage, pouring his heart and soul out. Even if the game might not sail well, even if nobody's going to play the game, I still respect the guy, and if there was a day one, it depends when the game comes out. 10 out of 10. Yeah, I liked his heartbreaking speech and what he conveyed to us at the beginning. 10 out of 10. That wasn't that. But the trailer that we got was Metroidvania, but in terms of like African descent. And I respect it. I just liked the whole tone. I liked the tone, the Metroidvania aspects. I liked the power ups that we were getting. I liked the voice acting. I liked the basically artistic graphics that we got from it. It might not look like the prettiest, but yeah, you got me so. Okay, so that's pretty freaking much. So we have to end it here because we are about an hour. So part two is going up pretty soon.